everyone listening. It's Julia Glassmacher, analyst for the Philadelphia Eagles, here with Athena Markowski, analyst for the Cleveland Browns. Athena, who would have thought we'd be here together? It's Super Bowl week. Cleveland Browns versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought the two teams that you just, never in a million years you would have thought would meet in a Super Bowl? I'm from Northeastern Ohio, so I've been dog pound for life. So I'm a little bit biased in that sense, but I think they do deserve to be here, and I'm really excited for this matchup.
Right. And it was only 4 seasons ago that the Browns had a losing season, 0-16. What do you think has been the biggest factor in making them into the Super Bowl team that we know them as right now?
For me, the biggest thing that stood out that was it changed constantly over the years was the coaching staff. In the past decade, there hasn't been a solid, consistent coaching staff with Hugh Jackson and Romeo, the Romeo era. Everybody talks about the Romeo era, and nothing was ever consistent. The offense was never on par with the defense and vice versa. And so when Kevin Stefanski was brought in with his 14 years of experience at the Minnesota Vikings, he just brought in a whole new level of confidence. He started out as the assistant quarterbacks coach of the Vikings, and he moved all the way up to offensive coordinator. And so I think his confidence in the offense really gave Baker Mayfield and all of his receivers, backs, everybody on the offensive side of the ball. It just gave them a brand new confidence that they were lacking before it because of the inconsistency with the coaches. And so therefore the defense has confidence in their offense, which was always lacking.
Right. Hopefully Stefanski era has off to a good start. Made it to the Super Bowl first season, hopefully not the peak just yet.
Hopefully not. But, we just talked about quarterbacks and Baker. Your quarterback, Mr. Carson Wentz, he's not exactly having the most consistent season. This isn't peak Carson Wentz ball that we've seen. He's had 16 touchdowns this season so far, but on the other side of the ball, thrown 15 interceptions. So what do you think are his biggest inconsistencies? Do you think it's a problem with his coach, Doug Peterson? What are you kind of reading into?
Right. I mean, it's no secret just by those stats alone that this is not his best season. And I think the answer to your question is that it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of Wentz, a little bit of Peterson. But we have heard in interviews with Peterson that, he has no plans of firing him, no plans of changing their offense whatsoever. So even questions where he's hesitated to answer whether or not Wentz is going to start, he says, journalists can take that any way they want, but he's my starter, and I don't think that's going to change this Sunday, I really don't think that's going to change. And then, they made it this far, and I don't think they have anything to lose by starting him.
Right. So in your opinion, you don't think Jalen Hurts is going to see any action on the Super Bowl field at all?
Despite Wentz's play this season, I think it's no question that he should start. Anyone who disagrees, I'm sorry, but he was out with injury the only other time the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. So I think he feels like he has a lot to prove this game. And he, has to forget about all the crap that he's faced up to this point because he's here. And I think he has to play like he's leaving it all out on the line. And I really think that's going to be his first quarter and just first half performance is going to be the basis of determining whether or not Jalen Hurts sees the field at all during this game.
Right. And, you just touched on the injury in 2017, and I really think that Carson Wentz feels like he has something to prove. He did not like when Nick Foles had to come in and, lead. He's the one who got to lead Philadelphia to glory. So I think you're totally right that Carson Wentz wants to play and he wants that drive.
Right. And, speaking your quarterback, Baker Mayfield, what do you think we can expect from him during this game and just his future with the Browns?
So that's a tough question for me personally, because I really love the Browns run game. I think that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt could carry this team if given the opportunity. That doesn't, mean that I don't think Baker has a great arm and has put up great numbers this season. I just think that personally, I think that when we lost Odell this season, that kind of shook Baker a little bit because Odell was the one person that I feel like Baker felt the most comfortable with and most confident in. And now that Nick Chubb is back fully healthy after his knee injury, I really think that this Sunday, the run game should be a big, big play call for Kevin Stefanski. But you also mentioned Baker's future in the Browns. I do think Baker's the franchise quarterback. I'm going to say it right here. I know that that's a hot take for some people, and it's almost like the coaching inconsistencies, with the Browns. They've not really had a good coach or a good quarterback ever. So I do think Baker could be the franchise quarterback this season. I think it do rides on how he performs in this game, though.
Totally agree. Well, Athena, Great talking to you, a little bit quarterback chatter,
Yep.
Sunday's game, and hopefully I'll see you there at Tampa Bay Stadium.
May the best team win.
Best team win.
Bye, Julia.